Hey, Allison Verhalen here, coming at you live for today's Marketing Monday. Thank you to those of you watching live. Thank you to those watching the recording. So today I actually want to give a kind of a book review. The book this week is The Power of Human Connection, How Relationship Marketing is Transforming the Way People Succeed by Kody Bateman. This was actually a gift that someone gave me, I think last year, maybe even the year before. I think it was last year. So I finally picked it up. Last year, I was trying to make sure all my nonfiction books, or most of them at least, were focused on SEO. And this year, I've been branching out and I've been reading other stuff about content marketing and marketing in general, in addition to books about SEO. So, yeah, so I figured it was time to pick this one up. So I did. You can tell that I had some thoughts on it. There were some things that I was like, yes, I got to come back to this, and I got to come back to this, and I got to come back to this. If you follow me on Instagram, me being AV Writing Services, not my personal account, because that's personal stuff that no one cares about that has nothing to do with content marketing. But at AV Writing Services, I post stuff about content marketing all the time. And I think I posted about this book. I definitely took some stuff from this book and turned it into Instagram posts and put it up on Instagram because it was there are so many things in here that are so thoughtful and awesome. I did not actually realize when I picked up this book that it's that Kody Bateman, the author, is the founder of sendoutcards.com, which if you have not heard of that, you might want to go check it out. Talks again, sendoutcards.com cannot be easier to find. It's just a tool. If you're not familiar with it, lets you personalize cards and send them from your computer, so you don't have to go to Walmart or Jewel or wherever your local card shop is, or make them by hand unless you want to, because I know some people are into that. You can personalize it online and send it with just a few clicks of your keyboard. And you can even do it from your phone. Kody Bateman talks about doing it from his phone all the time. So super easy. I had actually come across Send Out Cards back in, I want to say January, because I met someone who is an affiliate. And so she was selling cards through that company. And I mean, we had a really good conversation. I liked her as a person, but then she went into the presentation of how Send Out Cards works. And I watched her put together a card for me, which, yes, I did receive in the mail a few days later with the brownies. Never going to say no to brownies. But the card itself, I was like, what do I do with this? It felt a lot like a sales pitch to me, and that really turned me off. So I have not been using Send Out Cards. Also, I'm a millennial and I do have friends my age who use cards and send them out, and I get them for, my birthday and holidays every year. And yeah, those are kind of fun, but mostly I'm like, what do I do with them? I don't really want to just throw them out right away because that feels rude. There's a whole Seinfeld episode about that. I don't know if you guys have seen that episode, but Seinfeld's girlfriend sends him a card and he goes, okay, that's cute. And then he throws it away and she comes over and finds it in the trash and is like, what the hell? And he's like, I don't know. What was I supposed to do with it? She's like, I put a lot of thought into this card. You just threw it away. And he's like, yeah, I'm Seinfeld in that episode. I'm like, yeah, it's cute. Thanks. I don't really want to hold on to this forever. So that has been my thought on cards. But I think this book has changed my mind, at least to try sending out cards to people that I meet more often, because I do think there can be a benefit to doing it right. And back to the person who, again, gave me that presentation, did not sell me on it because it felt like she was trying to sell me on it. I realized by reading this book that her presentation was all about the features of the website, which are cool. I'm not going to I'm not trying to knock the features, but that's not what sells. What sells is the benefits of what you're providing. And this book is all about the benefits. So he had me thinking about, this company I had already encountered had me thinking about it in a totally different way. So, like I said, I do get cards for my birthday and Christmas every year. And yeah, they're fun. And I leave them up. I have a place where I display them and they stay up for a while. But after a while, I kind of ignore them and they're just part of the background, right? So what's the point? So a few months ago, actually, before reading this book, I had heard someone in a networking group talk about sending out cards when no one else is sending out cards, right? So they don't send out cards during the holidays because everyone gets card during the holidays. Everyone gets cards on their birthday. They send people cards on their half birthday because no one else is sending them cards then. They send out cards for random little holidays throughout the year, like April Fool's Day. They do something really cute. You can do National Sprinkles Day, National Ice Cream Day, whatever you want to. I think it's August. I think National Ice Cream Day is in August, maybe July. So that is an opportunity if that has not come up already, right? So the little holidays, don't just use the big holidays, which Kody Bateman does not talk about. That was mentioned in another networking group that I was a part of. So I would recommend that because then your card has a better chance of standing out as opposed to just being part of a pile of cards that they get at that time of year every year. Some things that he talks about that I am fully on board with marketing. It is called the power how relationship marketing is transforming the way people succeed, right? So it's not really about content marketing, which is another reason that I think I was hesitant to read this book. I was reading other stuff first because this is only kind of tangentially related to my focus, which is content marketing. But there's a lot to be said for content marketing versus relationship marketing. One being, he says that when you send out a card, it has to be all about the other person, right? Are they celebrating something? Did they just win an award? Are they celebrating a major life event? Maybe they just happen to pop into your head and you think about them. And so you send them a card to let them know that you're thinking about them. Make it about them instead of, hey, did you know all the awesome products and services I sell? Yeah, no one wants that card. And we've all gotten those cards and those letters. And those are the ones that end up straight in the trash, right? So first of all, be really strategic about that. And I talk about this in marketing too, right? Don't talk about yourself in your marketing. Talk about your customer. What is the benefit that you are offering to them? How are you providing this benefit? How will their lives improve after they get your service? So that is something that I focus on. And he talks about that too. Make it all about the other person. I'm totally on board with that. Number two, patience pays off, right? So you're not going to get business from one card. So, okay, sometimes you do. He talks about one example of someone who sent one card and got business from it, but they had built up a habit of sending out cards regularly. Anytime anything interesting happened, anytime they had a meeting with someone, they would send out a card. And overall, they get their ROI back on the cards, all of the cards that they send out, but they don't get business from every card that they send out, right? So marketing is the same way. Not every blog post is going to make you money. Not every newsletter is going to make you money. Certainly not every social media post is going to make you money. But those things should all, if they're done correctly and strategically, they should all build on each other so that collectively the amount of time, energy, money you are putting into all of that effort is going to result in sales and will pay for all of those efforts. So same with the cards, right? Just keep sending out cards. And the benefit of cards is they're cheap, right? You don't have to spend a lot of money, even with the personalized cards, to just put something together and send it in the mail and use I think we're up to 60 some cents now for the whatchamacallit, the stamps are up to. So less than $1. So that is something to keep in mind. Patience pays off. Patience and persistence pays off. Better relationships, consistency, and thinking positively. He had a section at the end all about, just keeping that positive mentality. And the idea that if you send out good things will come back to you. Not always from the source where you sent the good things. They tend to come back from somewhere else entirely. Sometimes it's a 1-1. Right? Sometimes you get lucky and that works out, but not always. But when you put out good things, when you put out great content, you tend to get what you're looking for back, just not always directly from where you were looking for it. So that is it. If you want to read my full review on this, you can do that over at on my blog. Over at avwritingservices.com. You can also reach me directly at info@AV. Again, that is AV as in my initials, Allison Verhalen. So that is avwritingservices.com. That's it. Have a great week and let me know what you're reading. Are there any other marketing books that I need to check out? Let me know in the comments. Marketing, SEO, writing books. Someone just recommended a writing book to me recently that I had never heard of. Could not believe there was a writing book I had not heard of. So let me know in the comments. And that is it. Have a great week and happy blogging, everyone.